I'm immortal, but not in the way you think. Warning, it has self-harm. It was supposed to be a joke. We used to play with, quote-unquote, the spirits, end of quotes. Doing things like drawing letters on the sand with questions and wait for some hours to see if there was going to be an answer. Paint some letters on some wooden boards. Try to get some answers. It's all meant to be a joke. But we did it anyways. My friends mostly grew out of it. Me and a girl that I think I liked. It was a long time ago. Mind you, decide to keep trying. Well, to quote-unquote keep pushing, end of quotes. Maybe explain a little better. We found quote-unquote cursed places, end of quotes, and quote-unquote haunted houses, end of quotes, and quote-unquote powerful places, end of quotes. None actually did anything for us until one day that we flustered about some quote-unquote wishing well, end of quotes, decide to draw on its sand and its other side. She drew something like, I want to visit the other world, and I just said, I want to be immortal so I can investigate more things. We left our hotel that night. I remember that a huge storm fell over the place. We kind of joked that our message would be bathed by the well's water and that maybe would make our wish come true. We shouldn't have joked. She was dead the next morning. Nobody found the cause, and obviously I was the primary suspect. Even when I was cleared of suspicion, my friends, her, and her family, well, everyone that met both of us basically declared me guilty. That was the first time I tried to kill myself. And I failed. I tried to hang myself on a tree. I was young, never knew that it was going to hurt so much before a storm. Yes, it was a teenager-ish thing to do, but I was especially sad. And the thunderstorm and bleak sky color were not helping at all. A huge thunderbolt hit the tree that fell over a house. I broke 4 bones and killed 2 people. Over the time, every time I tried to kill myself, I'm at the same destination. Somebody jumped in front of a bullet that was gonna hit me, overdosing medicine, and somehow paramedics found me just before the effects were irreversible. Brought a gun, tried to hit myself on the head. The gun failed. The worst part probably was when I tried to jump from a plane. I made everything the best I could. Took some paragliding classes, rent one for me, did lots of jumps just to convince people I wasn't going to do something stupid. And at the day I finally decided I would end it all, I cut the ropes on the parachute and boarded the plane, just for it to malfunction as soon as we were on the air. The crash was horrible. Everyone, except for me, died. I got hospitalized for months. I had to relearn how to walk. And up to this day, I'm still not fully recovered. Turns out, I found that the deal was just to stay alive. Not well. I still have huge headaches from time to time. I almost died. For example, and I don't know if they will ever go away, I am missing one arm. 2, but still alive. I found out that this curse would always be with me, so I distanced myself from everyone, found a quiet place to die, and lived there peacefully. Well, until war broke out. I became a prisoner of the war, and I have to say, they tested a lot of horrible things on me. They found my immortality by accident, where my body kept detecting and somehow surviving everything they tried to put on me. The hypnosis tests were the worst, but luckily all researchers died in a fire and spread the whole building, killing them but avoiding me to die. Of course, I still have several burns from the accident, but of course I was rescued by the higher division, whatever the hell these guys were. They tested some drugs on me, something related to quote-unquote avoid DNA breaking, end of quotes, or whatever. I'm not a scientist. They were excited when the test gave them the results they wanted. I was not getting egged anymore. And of course, I was, and I still am, horrified. Things straight up from science fiction were now happening just to prolong my suffering. They decided to try on themselves, and obviously I wasn't going to be the one to tell them the side effects. None survived. Of course. Why would they? It's hard to survive when your body literally sweats blood. And how did I survive? Well, they threw me away on the streets where this happened. And I found some medics. Of course, they had just the right equipment to prevent me from dying. Anyways, long story short, I began to age again and again, and I found homeless by some billionaire, and that still thinks he can cheat death, and that is paying a lot of money, so the government will turn a blind eye to his quote-unquote medical procedures, so to speak. Don't be fooled. This happens everywhere. Trust me, I tried almost every country in the world. There are people that you don't even know that exist, and they can do things that you don't even imagine. For me, that means that they will always have someone to experiment, and it will always have the intent result. I accepted that I cannot die. But they don't know it. Nobody knows. Because as soon as I found out myself, concerned, like a lab rat that couldn't ever escape, I found a way to trigger my curse. At my life, there was only one thing that's certain. I cannot die. So if I try, the universe will find a way for me to save me. Even these quote-unquote untouchables, end of quotes, can't escape my curse. And if them dying is the only way to save me, that's what it was going to be. The last one was horrible. I still have headaches because of the horrible quote-unquote brain chip, end of quotes, they implanted me to reverse. What I basically think is my brain dying. A bullet to the head unfortunately just hit the chip, as always. And I was hurried to some emergency hospital when they congratulated me for the quote-unquote marvelous survival. Yeah, Sure. Of course, the billionaire that did this will escape punishment, and he will try again. It always happens. So I'm hacking this account to tell you and others that are still searching, that think you can do whatever you want with me, stay away and don't try to find me. If you do, you will die. But don't be scared or mad for it. You're the lucky one. You don't have to be immortal, trust me. I get nightmares thinking, how will I survive after everyone is gone?